Thanks to the support as a channel member, Michael Beagles. Apologies for the lack of video yesterday, folks. I'm sure most of you already follow me on Twitter or watch the other series or have seen on the community page. It's been a busy few days. The Streamer Showdown this weekend just gone has basically meant I haven't recorded a video for about a week. I had one more home video stacked up than I did on League to Legend, and I just ran out of videos and didn't have the time to record another one for yesterday. But we are back now, back on normal schedule. Should be uninterrupted service from here. And looking at the fixture list, more Europa Cups. I forgot we were in the Europa League. Europa Cup, did I? I'm so out of practice. Hello and welcome to Club 2, part 41 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have a Europa League game at home against Eintracht Frankfurt, and we're also away against Arsenal in the Premier League. Since you were last with me, pretty good form. Just a one defeat in there away against Southampton, but good wins over Leicester, West Ham, Crystal Palace, and also an incredible 7-0 win in the Europa League against Eintracht Frankfurt. So the Premier League table currently looks like this. 11 games played. We're 7 points off top of the table. Chelsea struggle to see that we're in a title race, but might be in a Champions League race, which would be nice. Krstic still top scorer in the Premier League, which is always nice to see. Our Europa League group, if we can find it, what group are we in? There we are, Group E. If we win today, we should be into the knockout rounds of the Europa League, which would be very nice 4 games in our debut season. And bear in mind, we did beat Frankfurt 7-0 the last time we played them. So you'd like to think we've got a good chance of beating them. And that's where we're going to start things off first up. And this is the team we're going to take there. We've got Coletti in goal, a back four of Williams, Parsons, Novak and Lopez, Douglas Luiz and Ben Bassat in midfield, and then Shortire, Francis and Pellistri supporting Krstic up front. Let's get started. Let's do a team talk maybe. Why are we still looking? Did I not already do this? I've submitted the team twice there, I think. Maybe we get to play with 22 players. That would be lovely. My arm of my chair is broken. I don't know if you can constantly hear that annoying noise. Every time I lean on it, it's not going to do it now. I might have just fixed it. Every time I lean on it, it kind of slips over to the side and it's not comfortable. So I have to pull it back. You don't need to know about it. I need a new chair. There's any chair manufacturers watching? Kev needs a chair. Kev needs a chair. Just going to throw that out into the universe. Right, pump the fists. Let's try and qualify for the knockout rounds of the Europa League at the first time of asking, which would be a sensational achievement for us. But we are starting things off with Frankfurt, although Pellistri's won the ball back nicely there. Shortire looking for Francis, but couldn't quite find him. I thought we were going to get one of our lethal counter-attacks up and running there, but we didn't quite get it moving forward. My plan team-wise in the Europa League, if we do qualify today, which, like I say, I would hope, almost expect that we do. Pellistri's done brilliantly there, and we'll get back to the planning in a second. Pellistri's got a counter-attack on the move, and what an effort from range. He does whistle well wide. Look at, are they all Peterborough fans? Oh, we're at home. I thought we were the away team. Hang about. We beat them 7-0 away. My word. We're good at football, aren't we? Yeah, the plan team-wise for the rest of the tournament, I mean, we're just going to rotate. We'll play the youngsters in the last couple of games and hopefully get back on track in the Premier League, because our slip-ups in the Premier League have all been off the back of European games. So I think we are, although we brought in that bunch of nobodies before the deadline day at the end of the summer just to fill out the squad with players, I think the problem is because they're a bunch of nobodies, I'm not really using them. Although they're here, they're only getting onto the bench if injuries or suspensions are forcing them to. And I need to force myself to play a few of them in some of the less important games to make sure we can compete on multiple fronts, which, although we've got quality in our first team now, we don't really have the squad to compete in Europe and in the Premier League at the same time and keep the kind of 15, 16 players who are real top tier. We can't keep all of them fit if they're playing 60 games over the course of the season. So we do need to show a little bit of faith in the... I mean, we spent £40 million-ish on bringing in squad players. We should probably use them. I mean, you only need to go back 2 or 3 seasons, and that would have been the most ridiculous, sensational transfer window in the history of the football club. So we should probably actually make use of those players. Shortire coming down the left-hand side. Can he find Krstic, his big buddy? He actually finds Luiz, and it ends up with Danny Francis, who does finally break the deadlock. His second goal of the season. It's 1-0 to Peterborough. and the crowd go wild. It still baffles me how big this ground looks, and then you see that the corners aren't filled in, so it looks like an absolute sellout again. That anyone who wants to watch can just go and stand over by the wall in the corner and just peer over it. Just bring a milk crate, and you can't in that, it looks like there's a set of garages there. I mean, it's proper classy here in Leicester, a set of garages in the corner. But I think at the other end, there is just a wall that you can probably peer over. I bet there's a lot of peerers on match day. How are we only 1-0 up? I mean, that looks like some kind of fancy old media centre thing in that corner. What a goal from Douglas Luiz, by the way. My goodness me. We need to have a look at this one from the other angle. That's a less penetrable wall, by the way. And so it's probably just that one corner. So they haven't had a proper look at this one. This is worth the admission fee alone. There you go. There's the wall. You can just look over that. But you're not going to see this in all its glory if you do. He's hit that first time. He's hit it so hard. It's straight at the keeper, straight down the middle of the goal. But no one's stopping it because you'd lose a hand trying to save that. This is... Right. I don't understand. This is Leicester's new ground that they left the King Power to move into in 2024. It's got floodlight pylons. This seems like a downgrade from where they are in real life. This is like a real old school ground. What a weird thing for them to do. I almost feel like it should be a bug report that they've moved out of the King Power so relatively soon. I mean, I am old enough to remember vividly them playing at Filbert Street. I'm surely not so old that clubs move twice in my lifetime now and that's normal. It just feels weird. What a goal from Shortire. The wall peer has got a proper look at this one from both ends over it. I mean, look, there's no one in the disabled parking spots. If there was, you could stand on their cars. But this is a finish and a half from Shortire. Pelistri's instrumental in it again. It ends up with Lopez, who crosses to Shortire. I mean, look at the state of that. That is perfectly placed. It's so hard. And it's 3-0. And we are through to the knockout rounds of the Europa League with 2 matches to spare. And this has been a very, very good debut performance in European football for Posh. Shortire getting involved again, finds Pelistri again. Those two, they're a bit good, aren't they? I know they're on Wonder Kids lists at the start of the game. They're both at Manchester United at the start of the game. Why they're not playing for Manchester United at this point, I don't know, because they're good enough to tear up European football like this. They are both far too good to be playing for us. I mean, Kirstich, I've not mentioned him all game. He's top scorer in the Premier League. He's just stood there letting everyone else play around him. He doesn't need to do anything, does he? These boys are they're running the show, and Kirstich is just watching it all happen. Lopez has picked up an injury. We're going to stick Novak out to right back, and this is an opportunity for us to bring on one of these players we were talking about before. Morato can come on and play at centre back. We had quite a few centre back options we could have brought on there. We could have brought on Reguer as well to play at right back, which we have done a couple of times in league games. And we are going to take off Kirstich and bring on good old Ricky J. Jones. And I think we'll take off Ben Bassat and get Reguer on in midfield where he's much more comfortable playing. Shortire, just trying to conjure up some magic again. Shortire is fouled there, I think. Penalty's not given, and the clearance is only as far as Parsons, and we're just going to keep the pressure on. Morato out to Novak. Pelistri in space. He's just going to ruin his player again. He does. He finds Shortire again, and that's a 10th goal of the season already for Shola Shortire. I think it's only October, and that man already has 10 goals from the left wing. What a play. There's a big tower block, a block of flats over there. You get a good view of the match through that corner there. Now that feels like something that you're going to be planning for when you build this ground. There's a massive block of flats in the corner and you're not filling in that corner. Just put that big media centre thing that side so they can't watch for free. The balconies in those flats are going to be overloaded with Posh fans on match day, or Leicester fans, I guess, on their match day too. But let's face it, Peterborough United, biggest team in Leicester currently. Right, it's 5-0 up. Let's try and make it 6. We beat them. We put 7 past them at their place. It's fair to say we're a better side than Frankfurt. Here's Ricky J. Jones playing in Europe for Peterborough. Lovely stuff, but the shot less so. And it goes straight at the keeper. And it's going to end 5-0. 5-0. We're always going to take 5-0. Why would we not take 5-0? We are through to the knockout rounds. Do we get confirmation? There you go. There's your confirmation. We're through to the second knockout round. So we've already won the group, have we? Wowzers. Double excellent with bells on. We really can field the reserves. That takes the shine off it, though. Felipe Lopez, broken leg, out for the rest of the season. Well. The one position we still don't really have much in the way of strength in depth either. I guess Williams goes over there, or maybe we play Novak out at right back and Petrozilka can play alongside Parsons. Is Petrozilka fit? Who's injured at the moment? Yeah, Petrozilka, I thought he's out for the next 3 weeks as well. I mean, we'll figure it out before match day. £500,000 extra in the bank as well. A pat on the head for Pellistri, who I don't know why he's wearing his coat in his face picture. And we are now going on to play Arsenal in just a couple of days' time in the Premier League, which, I mean, we're going to lose because European hangover and all that. Well, we went for option C at right back, which I almost did in game, bringing in Reguer to play there so he can come in to play at right back. Other than that, it's the same team that you've just seen destroy Frankfurt. It goes against everything I was saying about squad rotation, but Arsenal is a big game. We want to try and get into the Champions League, so we need to win games like this. And in order to win games like this, we need our best players on the pitch. The only problem is they're going to be tired from playing on Thursday night, but at least it was a home game, so it's not like we've had a long way to travel. We've only just had to tootle down the A1 to get into North London for this, so minimal travel. It's just whether the game automatically punishes you for, it was Europe though. Europe, got to lose now. Which it might do. Arsenal look like they're having a bit of a season though. I mean, if I'd have known this beforehand, I might have rotated a little bit. Arsenal down in 19th place. I know we've been at Peterborough a long time now, and I've always said it's going to take a big offer to move. You know what? Arsenal? That's tempting. Why are they not coming in? I'm almost tempted to stick in an application. Why are they not coming in for me? Recruitment in this game is a bit broken, isn't it? Why would they not be coming in for me in this situation? I am made for them in this situation, but apparently they'd rather just suffer on. I don't know if they've sacked their manager or what. Maybe they're struggling on with whoever's already there, and they might come in for me in a little bit, but I would assume they'd have sacked him by now, and Shortire has just got his 11th goal of the season. Lovely work from him. Good play from Kirstich with the flick on as well from the throw. Flicks it on into the path of Shortire. Those two, they're together. They're always together, the two of them. It's lovely to see. That's a very good flick on. And Shortire does very well to take it round the goalkeeper as well. Lovely stuff. And that puts us back up to third in the league, 5 points behind Manchester United. Why have we not got latest scores on? Can we put latest scores on, please? No one else is playing. That's why there was no latest scores. Fair enough. So that means they've already played, presumably. So that means it's even more important for us to come away with this victory and start to narrow that gap. We were talking before about not being in a title race. If we end up 5 points behind Manchester United, level on points with them, with a very similar goal difference, maybe we're in a title race after all. There's only 12 games gone this season. Maybe we could win the league. If we could win the league, we probably shouldn't be thinking in terms of going to Arsenal. Pellistri plays it back to Ben Bassat. Now Francis, Ben Bassat again, and he's given the ball away, and Arsenal are on the counter-attack here. And it's with Nelson. Someone needs to get a tackle in to stop this run. That's a beautiful piece of covering play from Reguer, who'd got back, playing at right back. So we signed him to play in midfield. That was a fantastic piece of defending. How he's only on a 6.4 after that, I don't know. Right, Pellistri is one of many players who is utterly shattered. So let's take them all off. What is the state of this bench? Right, Pellistri can come off, and we're just going to bring on Nketiah. He might be up for scoring a goal against the club that discarded him, even though he's not exactly been a regular in our team either. We don't have an attacking midfielder on the bench. Ben Bassat can play there, so we'll bring on Leighton Clarkson, push Ben Bassat further forward. And that will do for now. No one else looks desperately tired at the moment, but we will definitely keep an eye on that situation. Douglas Luiz looks like he's the next one, or maybe Shortire. Shortire, we've got more of a replacement for. The assistant manager is recommending we take off Parsons, which probably is an even better shout considering he's a defender. We'll bring Morato on again to play alongside Novak this time. We don't want to have a tired defender as Arsenal are pushing forward to try and get back into this game, because even an Arsenal team down in the relegation zone, this is a big result if we can pull this one off. Williams again with a poor throw into the area that Arsenal managed to clear, but this time they've not built a counter-attack from it, and Reguer is going to play it into Nketiah, who if he can get the crossover, he can. It ends up with Kirstic, and that's his 16th goal of the season now for Zarko Kirstic. Lovely stuff. Win confirmed, and we are going to go and check out this Arsenal job situation after the game because I'm interested. Look at the size of this ground. Not far for me to move. It's a big club, but not a boring big club where we're going to go and automatically win straight away because we'd go into a relegation battle. This is the first thing. This is the first job opportunity that I've noticed that's really piqued my interest. So we might go and have a little look. Let's just give everyone a pat on the head first. Because, I mean, obviously there's more potential for long-term success with Arsenal than there is with Peterborough. But they might have already sacked and replaced their manager. But I thought Klopp was going to go and be their manager for a second there. Right. Arsenal. Where are they? Arsenal. Who on earth is Greg Lincoln? He must be a caretaker manager, surely. How do I find that out? I could just click on his name. He is the caretaker manager. So they don't currently have a manager in. Thierry Henry was sacked last week and they're not in for me yet. What's that about? I feel like they absolutely should be in for me. I'm tempted to apply for it. They're a 4-star club. We're a 4-star club. I mean, we're rich. They're rich. We're in the Europa League. They're in the Europa League. They've got their 60,000 capacity stadium. We are building a 40,000 capacity stadium. No, sorry, we're building a 34. We're playing in a 40. Maybe it's not as attractive as I think it is. View job advert. So they'd give me a £3.5 million wage bill. We currently have a £1.5 million wage bill. We've got to apply for that, haven't we? Let's sneakily put in an application and hope that it doesn't upset the media or anyone. You know, I don't know. Do I deny interest? I'm certainly not going to declare interest. I've been linked with the job there, and I'm going to decline to discuss it because I don't want to upset anyone at Peterborough. But if we now go back into the job centre, I'm still not the favourite. Well, niblets to you then. We'll see how that develops in the next episode. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.